Nobody say nothing. The awkward moment.
What's up,
What's cracking?
fellas?
What's cracking? So today is the first time that we're ever testing out doing the podcast on video, and it's interesting because usually we're just looking at our screens, not each other. We're gonna rip this off, uh, transcribe it, syndicate it, and start using every piece of the pig, so to speak, as far as content is concerned. So I'm excited to give this a shot.
So we were doing some research and looking at it, and one of the most search terms in real estate is real estate leads, which
Yes.
is not shocking. And Michael Reese, we've been working on a webinar and a training for agents, and we put in a little disclaimer to not get drunk on leads, and it's a pretty funny looking dog with a beer in his hand. Um,
What
I
kind of
would
dog?
say, I would say, just from seeing agents, especially ones that are really trying to grow and do more business, like there's such a big focus on this leads, but like they have such a crazy misperception of what a good lead is, not knowing what the time is and time frame that you're looking at. And I think I had one of the best calls of my life with a real estate agent that I had never met before. The guy in Ohio that Michael you talked to a little bit before I did. But he was so dialed into what his process was. He's doing 30 deals right now. He wants to get up above 100 in Columbus, Ohio. And he just has a really dialed in process knowing that he needs to add people to his database as quickly as possible and then just submerge them into him and be omnipresent around them, but not thinking about how can I generate a lead today to close a deal tomorrow, but how can I generate a lead today to be able to get them in my database and start communicating and building a relationship over time.
So, is I mean, he gets it. That's the cool thing. I've got a friend that I've been working with, who had been really successful in real estate 10 years ago. Got out of the business, got back in the business. He's like, man, I feel like I've been in jail for 10 years and I get out and the world's all new and fresh. I don't know what's up. And I keep trying to prescribe to him that same, kind of methodology. And he didn't get it. He didn't get it. He didn't get it. And finally, he went to the road show in Houston. And when he saw basically the presentation at the roadshow, he's like, dude, I get it. I'm going for it. He's like, I'm gonna make the videos. Yesterday I was chatting with him I'm walking through the store, trying to pick up some groceries and stuff, and he's telling me, he's like, all right, how many billboard ads should I do? And I said, well, where you live, how big are the boats? And he's like, well, there's this size boat, and then over here there's giant yachts. I said, why don't you wrap a yacht on the ad, with your USP? He's like, oh, I love that. And yeah, he gets it. And so, as far as the leads are concerned, I think it's an interesting topic because it's something that we just take for granted. It's kind of like being in real estate and having a bit of knowledge about something where you just assume that your customer knows that as well. But the eye opener for me is hanging out in those road shows when Mike asked how many people, and I don't even know if you still ask this, Mike. How many people have generated X amount of leads? Last month, raise your hand. Just so many people don't. I'm here because I was helping an agent here. They don't raise their hand. They don't have enough leads. They don't know how to generate them. I was helping an agent here last night, and that was his deal. He spent a lot of money on Zillow. I was talking to another guy yesterday. Spent 7 grand a month on Zillow. Most of the time he gets his money back. Sometimes he doubles his money, and I just think that the art of lead generation, as far as being consistent with it, is kind of something that still eludes even the best agents. A lot of really good ones, which is crazy to me. What you doing there, Mike? We see you taking a call.
So,
Busted.
which I agree, and it is something that I
Can y'all
believe
not
that we
hear me?
take for. Yeah,
Y'all can't hear the pre-song?
I can hear him
yeah.
now.
Yeah, I've been playing it. Trying to get a word in here with you guys.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm looking for
Obviously,
you.
I've been playing a police siren for 2 minutes, and you just hand up, yeah. So yeah,
We had
I had to come in. I'm about to arrest somebody.
come on in.
Coming in. The problem, guys. The problem is that how many people saw. First of all, one of the reasons we went to video is because you get paid more to entertain than you do to teach. So, if you put content out there, first of all, you got to understand is it's got to be um, somebody's got to be entertaining. I went to dinner last night with a good friend of mine, Ryan Stuman, John Kitchens, Jay Kinder, a handful of guys, and we were talking about when a friend of ours got out of jail, and it wasn't Stuman. It was actually. I won't say his name because he'll actually take it personal.
Don't put him
But
on Front Street.
y'all might be able to read between the lines, right?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He's not. Listen, he's not the biggest loser. Let's just put it that way. And when he got out of jail, the very first day he got out of jail, he showed up to Jay's house, and Jay and his son. He pulls up in this long driveway out in the middle of the country, and Jay and his son make these bottle rockets, Roman candles. And right when he gets out of the car, they're shooting him from both directions on video. And I literally thought, we told like 15 stories that night, and I said, dude, if people would have followed us the last 10 years, we would have the hottest reality show. And the whole thing started because Stuman's doing a reality show, and they just filmed episode 8, dude. And, they're flipping this crack house, and they kicked out, I don't know if y'all saw, the police came. Then he was flying in a private jet to the Bahamas, and he got stopped by Homeland Security. And and that was episode 2. And then in episode 3, it starts out with these two dudes in the street duking it out, dude. And it's his contractor and the guy living in the house. And they go at it for like 3 minutes, dude, like an old school high school fight. And that's what started the whole thing. Like, dude, and Stuman was like, dude, I can't make this shit up. It happens in my life for real, right? And so part of a podcast, we're over here. You're sitting up at your lake house. Jake, you're over here at Launchpad City, which there's a lot of stories behind the camera. And, we're here, just going through the motions talking about leads. But here let me tell you the problem. Here the problem is, okay, guys? Here's the problem. Y'all see that? Can you read that? Can anyone read that? What's it say?
Your role is to sell. Don't let anything distract you from the sole purpose of advertising. David Ogilvy.
Right. And then read this.
Pull back. Fact. Our income is in direct proportion to the number and quality of offers we make. Fact. The easiest way to make a quality offer is through a well-crafted sales letter. Fact. Anyone can learn to write effective sales letters as long as they have the formula. For $29.95. Get the formula.
And here's what it says, just so y'all know. What y'all what it's pretty crazy, dude. It says there are only 3 business activities we need to focus on our time on if we want to sell more, make more, and get more. This guy is a gangster. Write copy, make offers, and create content. Make offers, which you do when you write copy. Create content to sell or use for lead generation, right? Mm-hmm. So showing a number, right, Woods? How many offers did you write yesterday? Just show your hand. How many offers did you write? Just with your fingers, how many? 3 offers made yesterday. And that's the problem, guys, is that the problem is that who do you make offers to? You make offers to your subscribers. We're over here talking about leads, but we're working on a book, and one of the problems in the book is that, I can't talk to people about the truth because it's over their head. And that's my problem. My problem is I'm over here. I have to talk to people about step 1, step 2, step 3, and the truth is that what allowed me I didn't get into real estate. When I got my real estate license, I didn't know what I didn't know. But here's one thing I do know. If you ask Odo learned how to put offers in the newspaper. We were talking about your dad. Those offers quit working, and he didn't learn how to put those offers onto the internet. And that's the fundamental process, is that the market changes. And, Jake, you emailed me an offer this morning. Was it a good offer? Was it a good offer, yes or no? What did it say? How to make what? An extra $50,000. Who was the guy? He was the best Facebook marketing guy on the planet, right? Mm-hmm. And the offer was crazy. We are surrounded by offers. And the funny thing is, if y'all want to get entertained, go to Billie Jean Instagram and look at him and bashing Gary Vee about Gary Vee and making offers. He's like, oh, Gary Vee's he's like, Gary Vee's talking about, hey, listen, you don't make sales. Did y'all see Chris Smith get a response from Gary Vee yesterday on Twitter? Did you see that? Anyone hear about that? That was the conversation. Go look at it. So Chris Smith makes a comment to Gary Vee about his comment about how he would never buy a house, right? And so like Gary Vee's being kind of polarizing towards the real estate community, not intentionally, because some of the real estate community are the people that hire him to be keynotes, and that's what Billie Jean was saying. And so, not to take it off the subject, but at the end of the day, I'm over here watching content online of Billie Jean's Instagram. I'm watching Gary Vee's. I know Chris Smith. And the shit's working. I'm at dinner last night with high-level entrepreneurs talking about stuff we see on social media. Did you see this? Did you see that? And so, going back to Mr. Odo's point is like us shooting this video is really the point is that, if I had I have a URL to make you an offer. I can't do it right now because it's not congruent with why we're here today. But if I was on one of my other 3 podcasts, I would be making you guys an offer right now. And I would have done it in the first 30 seconds because I know that people don't watch all of the video. I know the average time on page is increased by 100% when they watch a video. I know the conversion goes by 30% when you use video. I know that we got one of the best marketing tools to see consumption, and when people consume, they know, like, and trust you. And I know that we're talking about leads because that's what they want. But if I was going to come and help you, so did Tatum. Tatum wanted leads, but for 10 years never sold more than 18 homes. What did he need? He needed qualified opportunities, and the difference between qualified opportunities and leads is that every lead is not ready. It's not qualified to be for a salesperson. They've created interest, but they don't have timing. They have obstacles, and so the point is that I believe that if you want to make money in real estate in the future, and this is just my core belief, and it's in my presentation. I wish I could share my screen and my audio and click one button. But it's scary. It's scary what the future opportunity is around actually creating value in the marketplace through video and being able to see who watched your video and remarket to them in other places. People don't know. Like, there was a time with Facebook that you could run advertisements directly to people who were on realtor.com. Now you can run advertisements to people, and I don't know if you can still do that. Can you? You can? You can still do that. I'm talking to the Facebook guru, Woods Davis, over here. But the point is that you can run advertisements to people who are at Home Depot, go to Home Depot. You can run advertisements on YouTube based upon search words. You can take Google ads that work and pause them and upload and export the content and run them on Yahoo and MSN and get twice the conversion for half of the price. Generating leads is not a problem. Your desire to work on the right stuff that actually makes money, which is not things that services sell, which is not things that it's called revenue generating activity. So my question is what is the highest leveraged activity that you do in your business? And what that should be is the minute I get off of this, I'm publishing content right now. So what's that mean? Let me see. Am I doing my job? Read number 3. What's it say? What's number 3 say? Because I'm coachable, right? Because I'm coachable. What's number 3 say?
Create content to sell or use for lead generation.
Oh, what a mistake.
That's what we do.
Why do I have this podcast? I just got off a podcast. Do we got a call at what time? Got a call at 11. Then we got 12:30. Then we got one of the top agents who already sold 59 deals in 17 days this year to come find out how she can create content. And then after that, I got a webinar where I'm going to create more value in the marketplace. The question is that, if the biggest constraint you have in your business is your own thinking, and if you don't think you're wrong, then you're never going to get to learner mode. And it doesn't matter to me because I'll tell you this, and this isn't being boastful, but your life can change completely. Your business can change completely overnight. Overnight. If you do the right thing. So what does that mean? What that means is that if I'm driving to Houston from where I'm at right now, and Mike's going to Houston, we both have the same desire goal on where we're trying to go, but we're going to both have, it's going to cost us different amounts of gas. We're going to get there at different times, and we're going to have to take different turns along the way because we're both in a different place. And that's what's the problem, is that people think there's a one-size-fits-all, and there's not. And that's why people get bad advice based upon where they are. Not that it doesn't work. It's just that you don't have 161 days to wait for a Facebook lead to convert. I was talking to a single mother. First of all, you got to invest in yourself, right? I leave next week to go to a 5-day event. I was gone last week, the week before. I was listening to audio tapes. Y'all do the same thing. You got to invest in yourself. So just watching this podcast and smashing the subscribe button, smash, right? If you're watching it on YouTube. And then the thing is it's saying, getting out of your comfort zone. I told Woods, I said, I had dinner with these people last night. I didn't eat, but one of the people that were there was a girl. She's a good, one of my best friends in the world's wife's beautiful girl, and she's interviewing Third Eye Blind. She has a podcast, doing great, and she said, but I don't like to be on video. And
neither do I.
And that's the point. Here's the thing. Get over it, right? Like that. Yeah, you got to get over it, And if you don't get over it, and here's the thing, whatever you're thinking or not thinking, I tell people when I'm on the road, I said, one of the hardest things I did. What's Brian's name? No, Brian, from the guy who just walked across the art. Brian O'Brady. If y'all haven't seen that, go check it out. Brian O'Brady walked across the Antarctic. Best podcast with Joe Rogan I've seen, motivating. I'm going to watch it once a week. I'm going to watch it every Monday in the morning, because this dude walked 54 miles across Antarctica. That means like 900 plus miles in 54 days. I won't get into it. You can go read about it. But the fact that he can do that.
If he can do that, you can do this, right?
If he can do that, you can listen to a podcast. If he can do that, you can read 3 books. If he can do that, you can get in shape. If he could do that, you could do anything too. You got a lot of potential, but if you don't change your mind, and you're not going to change your mind. I'm listening to one of the best books that I've ever listened to in my life. I highly recommend it. I'll show it to you. I listen to it every night when I go to sleep. So it's right here. It was in my car on the way over here. Called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. If you look at my phone, I have Atomic Habits, Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, and Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself, Eckhart Tolle's Awakening Life Within. And the why do I have that? Because here's the why. Because all of those books have to do with mindset. The why am I going to consume? Because have you ever seen if you take a dirty pot of water, put dirt in it, you can clean it. Have you ever seen how they clean a dirty pot of water? Without touching it. How can you get dirt out of a dirty pot? If you put dirt in a pot and you shake it up and it's all blurry and the water's all blurry, how do you make it clean? I'll tell you how. You get 5 gallons of clean water and you pour it in, and the dirty water comes out the side.
I like it.
That's the brain. You got to start putting good stuff in your brain.
Yes.
Every single day. And if you don't have everything you want, you simply haven't learned something yet. So we can talk about lead generation, but if you don't have the desire to be the expert, if you can't articulate your value, demonstrate your value, make your value visible, if you get good at lead generation just to end up on a listing appointment against me, you're going to lose, because you're going to come with a CMA and 3 sheets of paper, and you're not going to know what to say when I come behind you and I can say I have a proven, repeatable system backed by market research to sell your home for up to 18% more than the methods used by traditional agents. And here's 50 testimonials. 50 testimonials, proof, and you came with your 2 sheets of paper, half-assing it. And you know what? Your motivation will be low after you lose, And so the point, all I'm trying to say is that if you want to grow your business, you got to ask yourself what Jim Rohn. Someone look up the Jim Rohn quote. I feel like I'm on Joe Rogan. It says it's in Hal Elrod's book. It's one of my boy Pratt's favorite quotes. But you have to increase your personal development.
I agree. I think the renewing starts from within.
Do you agree that when we buy more stuff, we make more money?
Yes.
You're going to have to repeat it. I can't hear him.
He looks like he's saying such good stuff too.
Hold on. They can't hear you. Now you got to put this on. Hold on one second.
Come on, Woods. Come on.
Come on, Woods.
Guest starring.
You know this is live, right? When
Yeah.
when we going off the cuff. Anyways, no. So you were asking me if you know if what to do, like if you're in a slump, and this is just what I've discovered for myself personally. If you're in a slump, you're not making the money that you want to make. You got to start investing in yourself. You got to start spending money on yourself. It's just like when you want to receive, you have to start giving. Well, you got to start giving to yourself. When you want to get back in shape, if you've been out of shape, and you buy some supplements, you start investing in, you buy a program, you invest in yourself, that gives you the motivation, and it sends a message to your brain that, man, you're worth this. This is worth it. You should put in the work. This is worth doing. And man, it's just like The Secret. Whenever we start buying more and more stuff, consuming more and more stuff, especially when it comes to business development, personal development, life improves, business improves. It's like The Secret. It's, you got to spend money to make money, period.
Boom. I love it. You know,
Hi, there's so much good stuff.
Live on Instagram and drop those nuggets. So that's the point, dude. That's the point. You got to get the attention of the marketplace. Big mouth, big pocketbook.
that's
And
right.
we just talked about this on the Facebook Live this week too, about like becoming and like dedicating yourself to becoming an expert at marketing, because you are a marketer. You are in the business of marketing, and so many people just try to throw money at a problem. And I talked to an agent this week, threw like a couple $100 a month and thought that the lead generation that they were getting was a scam, because they don't get it. And they've never dedicated themselves to getting it. But like
That wasn't our product they bought though. For
yes,
clarification,
let me
because you told me this
clarify
story.
there. Yes,
I gotta
it was
plug in.
a competitor there, but
Yep.
like they came in and they're just trying to throw money at a problem, and they're not trying to learn. Like, this is a microwave society that we live in nowadays. So you're used to being able to put something in, 2 minutes later have a 4-course meal, right? Like, that is not how business works. That's not how the most successful people work. And of all the people that I've met in real estate, the people that are the most successful are the ones that you see at all the other conferences. You know, like you talk about Chris Smith, you know, like Jay and I went to a conference last year. He was there. Him and Jay had a really good conversation. Like, you just surround yourself with people that are investing, but it's like, it's a constant thing. I don't know. I've been around, you know, Mike, you, Reese, you and Jay, I've spent a lot of time with over the last 6 years. I have never seen two people spend more money on developing the people and the people around them and themselves than I've seen, right? Like, it was a crazy. I mean, we'd have Jay Abraham come in for a year. We had Mark Chesley come in for a few months. Like we sent the entire sales team to Tony Robbins and came back. And guess what? We had the best 6 months we've ever had in our lives after we went and invested in some just upstairs. That wasn't anything about sales. That wasn't anything other than just trying to get yourself right. And everybody came back fired up, and we started breaking windows in the morning and having more energy than we ever had. Literally breaking windows and stuff off shelves. But it was just, you know, we elevated our game, and it's just you environment is always going to be more powerful than will, and you got to put yourself in those environments.
I love it, man. I agree wholeheartedly. I think you know, if you hang out with a big guy, you're probably going to put on some pounds. You know, you hang out with some people that are vested into self improvement. I mean, even just hanging out with us right now on this podcast, you're doing that. You don't have to be side by side. It just rubs off. And people who are personally inspired are inspiring. I was giving Mike that compliment the other day. I was like, dude, I think that's really your superpower. You really inspire people just by being who you are. You just accidentally make them up their game just by hanging out with you or getting to know you, because, you know, I mean, well, I mean, I'm just thinking through all the crap that you've made me invest in. I mean, you know, one of them we're going to go to next month. I mean, I'm going to be out there with you next week. It's just one of those things. And I think that as far as The Secret is concerned, the thing that I found to be true about this particular process is when you have a desire, your subconscious brain will pull you to the things that will automatically help you accomplish that. And so whatever that is that you're trying to accomplish, whatever that internal, you know, heart's desire that you have, your brain will naturally start to pull you to the right information, to the right people, to the right products, the right things to help you achieve that goal. And as far as what to do in what order, because you had mentioned that I was talking to an agent yesterday who's a friend of mine, and she was giving me her prescription of the problem without really going into depth on what the particular problem was. And so after I kept asking and digging, I found out really for her, it's more business systems. But for me, all of that stuff will come, and you can build that once you master and dial in the art of marketing and lead generation consistently. If you don't have that, you ain't going to have time to work on the other stuff efficiently, because you're going to be always scrambling for a deal. And that's just the brass tacks. So pick up some books. We're always, especially Mike, he's dropping the right ones, go get them.
Take action. Learn. Do that learner mindset. It changes your life in all aspects of your life too. But take yourself right now, go find the nearest mirror and tell yourself what you're going to do. The rest of this year, you are going to become an expert at marketing. You are going to become an expert in real estate. And if you do that and dedicate and tell yourself that every single day and surround yourself, learn, and not just try and throw money at the problem. You told Braden something, Michael, I don't know, a year ago or something, and you told him if he could become a master at marketing, he would never have to worry about money ever again in his life, right? And the thing is just
saying to printing it. It's literally like words on paper,
Yeah, and it's probably better than printing it, because if currency changed and we went to Bitcoin instead of having dollar bills anymore, and you can't print Bitcoin, you still gonna be able to make money as a marketer. And Braden, that's just fun, because every time I talk to him, probably every 3 times I talk to him, he mentions that, right? Because he's always working on it. He's always trying to learn, and if he can do it at 20, I'm super excited to see where he's going to be when he turns 30. So,
well, I think we should end on that high note, fellas. It's going to be tough to get higher than that. That was some good knowledge dropping,
Yeah, the main thing is that just I'll just say this. In the comments, if you're watching this on YouTube, I want you to put into the comments, send me, just put marketing training. If you'll put marketing training in the comments, then what I'll do is we have a mini course, which is we put together, which is how to generate deals on Wheels. Some of these, the cool thing about it these are deals like right now, we're teaching people how to generate deals on Facebook with no ad spend. You have to be able to, there's 3 steps, and we go through it. We're teaching how to leverage video, how to use consumption, relevancy. If you're running your own Facebook ads and you don't know relevancy score, then you need to get this mini course. And so check out the mini course, put in the comments, marketing training. We'll send you, we'll monitor the comments and send you the mini course. If you're watching this on the podcast, then my suggestion would be go head over to YouTube, find the video, and put it in there. What's the YouTube channel?
At Market Maker RE.
What is it?
Real estate. At Market Maker RE. Market.
Oh, that's how you.
If you
search Market Maker RE, that's how you found our.
Yep. But if you search Market Maker in YouTube, it'll be, and you go to the channels, it'll be one of the first 2. There. But if you go to, and you can register for the class, if you go to marketmakerclass.com.
Should have said that first 30 seconds. Let's
All
edit
right.
this. All right,
Y'all
folks.
take care.
Likewise. Right. Hey, we got to sign off.
Hey, whoa, easy, guys.
Like we always say at Market Maker, the goal is to build a business that works harder for you. So take it away.
Than you do for it.
Love it.
See y'all.